Here are 5 tips to protect your dog during an evacuation.
Shelter Hope Pet Shop is located in Thousand Oaks, which has been severely impacted by several fires these past few years. When there's a fire and there's winds like this and there's red flag warnings, I'm going to try to give you 5 easy ways to have something available so that you will be more comfortable when something like this happens. This little carrier is like $20. Have one set aside with all of the things that your dog needs. Maybe your dog's on prescriptions, maybe you've got a certain diet. Always have that in this next to your door. You get evacuated, you just grab this and your dog and you're done. Second tip, you should never let your pet be without a collar and an identifiable tag with your phone number on it. What happens over the years is the tag gets worn out. It can, fade. You should keep your tags up to date. Legal ownership of a dog comes through the microchip. If you haven't microchipped your dog could be at risk to end up in somebody else's hands and belong to them at some point if you don't do that. So I always say the first thing you should do is microchip your dog. The third tip is your dog needs to be trained so that it understands disasters. It understands when you have to go into the car in the middle of the night. And you kind of have to do this before a disaster happens. Put it in a crate when you don't want it in a crate. Basic little training tips for your dog so that when a disaster does happen, it's not a nightmare disaster. It's just like the dog's been and done it a million times. The last thing you need is the dog to get away from you when the flames are coming your way and the wind's coming your way. Train your dog. So number 4, know your neighbors. Because of these fires in the last year, I've been evacuated in my neighborhood 3 times. Right after July 4th, there was a fire because someone set off fireworks and I'm being evacuated. God, I had to take my own advice. Having a good network of neighbors, especially when dogs are lost and when there are crises like this. So if you're not on a next door in your neighborhood, find one or create one. And number 5, know how to keep your dog calm when you're in a situation that's strange to the dog. Is it a calming bone? Is it CBD oil or treat? What is it that makes your dog feel at home? Is it a particular bed? Make sure that bed's in the car with you when you're leaving in the middle of the night. That'll help calm the dog. If you're keeping them calm, maybe they won't even know that it's an evacuated situation, and that could be great. The other things that I would say is customize your plan to you, your family, your neighborhood, your dog. A lot of people do keep their dogs in doggy daycare and already have that available to them. A lot of doggy daycares were happy to see people that were evacuated. They were happy to have their clients come, and the dog knows the place. It's a fabulous place for the dog to be because it's normal for the dog. It might not be normal for you to be sitting there with your go bag and waiting for all of this to be over, but you'll get over it.